The mystery of this scripture in the Bible is somewhat elusive. Corinthians chapter 11. It is for this reason that a woman ought to have authority over her own head, because of the angels. At first glance or instinct, the mystery of masculinity and femininity bears no proximity to the mystery of angels, yet the scripture ties them together somehow. I vaguely remember hearing or reading, I know not from where, that the angels mentioned above are the watcher angels who famously came down from heaven and had the hybrid children, the giants. Something happened way back that had to do with these angels and with the relatedness of male and female. A single scenario, a single effect, an outcome from the summation of the acts of the watcher angels and the relatedness of humans on earth at that time, in the acts of masculinity or femininity. This act, in my view, is not the abomination of intercourse of the angels with the women itself. It is the aftereffect. It has to do with the houses of masculinity and femininity and their standing in the order of heaven, because the heavens and all creation are subject to order, and for whatever reason, the order or relatedness of femininity to masculinity is one of those orders. A woman having authority over her own head must not be conceived in the narrow sense of careers or household things we do on earth, rather in the vast scope of our actual divine beings, and since masculinity and femininity are cosmic houses of cosmic scope, it relates to vast heavenly order and standings. Now for us in the light, or us in the Lord, the husband is not independent of the wife and the wife not independent of the husband. But this new creation or standing notwithstanding does not take away the standing of the two houses in our goings about on earth. So as I have read somewhere, and directly to the point, when the watchers were on the earth, and the giants, and all kinds of disorder, and all orders are thrown upside down, the males, or the houses of masculinity, deferred to the intruding order, and the men became passive, they let go of their positions of leadership, because of the intimidation of the watchers and hybrids who by force or deceit took the woman, took the wives, and it may be that the women were willing in the taking. And to tie this thing together, as I had read from a man of God, this pertains directly to the earth. The earth here must not be conceived of as a planet made of rock. It appears that the earth is a living being of some kind. In the book of Revelation the earth appears to have some kind of consciousness. It swallowed up the flood that Satan had sent against the child of the woman. Moreover, it is a being that can produce things, as it is written, "Let the earth produce or bring forth." And again, the Lord descended into the earth before he ascended, and there are human beings under the earth. So the earth is a dimensional being, a species of sorts and maybe the only one of its kind, but I am not sure. This earth, this being, is subject to the minds of men, as it is written according to the command of God to men, "Subdue the earth," which is to say the earth is, as I have read somewhere, a servant mother, not a goddess to be worshipped, like the witches do. As the Lord had told Micah Turnbow, from what I remember, the earth gets confused when the leadership of the masculine house is usurped, and when the earth gets confused, confusing things happen and produce confusing things. When femininity is suppressed by masculinity, the earth will hide its treasures. When masculinity is suppressed by femininity, the earth will produce madness.